Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. We've got them microphones on, still ironing out a few problems, so it might be a bit high pitched, low pitched, but we've got Chris over in the far corner. We'll have just say something, Chris, make sure we're working.
Good morning.
Good morning. Somebody's reached out to us as usual. Thank you everybody that does reach out to us on Instagram with it's a cheap non-runner.
Yeah.
Citroen DS3, so not the DS3, it's the earlier one, the Citroen DS3, and it is this kind of made our mind up why we're buying it. 1.6 HDI, it's exactly the same engine as what's in my van, and you know we've had a couple of others that have also been
Berlingo's
partners,
Fiestas.
Yeah, Fiestas, all of them have got that engine. That
have.
is a cracking engine. It initially started off as a 1.4, I think, and then they upped it to this 1.6. They're still using that same engine now, but I think it's a 1.5.
I think it's 1560cc, isn't it?
Is that what it is, the
I think
later
so.
ones?
No, the one that's in your van was in my van.
Oh, is it really?
And is that 1560cc?
Every day's a school day,
I think
Chris.
that's what it is, yeah.
So basically, they was driving it, it's broke down, it's done a fair few miles, and they said, look, this is what we want for it, and it's actually through a subscriber, and he's got a recovery, that is what he said, he's got a recovery truck. He said, I could drop it down, meet you guys, and just charge you for the delivery. So we think we're going to go ahead with it.
Yeah.
He said it is just over the 100,000, but it should be all clear, it's his friend's son's car, etc, etc. So we're going to run a check, and then I'm going to ring him straight back, and he's going to bring it here within an hour and a half. So let's see how we get on. So we have had to abandon, we've had to abandon the microphones there. Way too much interference, and turns out I've bought a little lead, which is for the iPhone jack. Anyway, we'll have to get another one of those ordered up. Citroen DS, that's all come up. Mileage okay, theft okay, accidents okay, finance okay. All looking good, Chris?
Yep.
Manufactured 1st of the 1st 2010, registered United Kingdom 9th 2010, had licence plate change, this is interesting, 11th 2011, from the original reg to T7 APK, and we have been told it comes with that T7 plate, which in itself I think has an actual value considering what was launched last month. Volkswagen T7 Transporter. So I'm sure that that's going to be a good plate for someone. So maybe this will be the first time we take one off a vehicle. Who knows? All the MOT history you got there. We're not going to go through it all. There's some advisories. Ownership change there. 0520. And just down the bottom of the check here. Stolen vehicle check. This check was performed in the United Kingdom, Romania, Czech Republic, just to name a few. Mileage, we did say it was quite high on the mileage, and on the last MOT there, 99,000 almost. But like I said, it is a cheap car. As of today, the mileage should be 101,000 miles. Damaged, we know that it was checked in all of these countries, and there is no damage recorded in any country for this vehicle. Valuation, 22 to 2,100. I should think it's probably worth about 2.5 grand though. That's a bit of a low estimate there, depending on the mileage. And then right down the bottom of this check, we got our 9 helpful tips and tricks of must-do checks that you should do when you're purchasing your vehicle. Guys, to benefit from a discount off your check, use the link in the description or the code SR10 from any browser. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on the channel. Let's make the call, Chris. We'll have that, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Walking side by side here like a couple of soldiers so that everyone can hear you.
Gonna get wet, I think.
Yeah, here's the car. I'll tell you what, should we put it away? Should we get it inside?
Typical, we just walked out.
We've
here,
just this second walked out here.
and there's a lot of road noise today.
Yeah, let's bring it inside and start again.
It wouldn't take too long, Rob. You're going to get wet there, mate.
You're not helping.
No.
How the way you're going to get run over? That's unbelievable, that is.
Yeah.
That'd do us, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to put it up in the air and see if the engine turns over, won't we?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, get that door shut. Yep. Fires away. We'll call that enough there, won't we?
I'm sure you all had a bit of a laugh there. Chris found that quite funny, filming me pushing the car. I thought he was coming out to help me, but guys, there it is. And I think that looks that's quite cool, that number plate. I do like that. The car doesn't look, it's not very clean. I thought it had alloys in it in the picture I received. They're actually hubcaps. They really do look like alloys, don't they?
Not the cleanest car, is it?
It's not, no.
Want to show him?
Yeah.
But on the plus side, I did notice a few coins that are gold in colour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
We like them pound coins.
It's a special edition, isn't it, with all that red in it. It's got the red roof, red mirrors, flat bottom steering wheel.
Half a sandwich over there if you want it.
Your joke. Oh, there is as well.
It does smell a bit ripe in there, doesn't it?
Does it? I didn't just poke my nose right in there. When I was pushing it in, I didn't smell anything. It's quite straight though, Chris, to be fair.
There's a little bit on this door, just the edge of the door. Nothing worth worrying about.
I'm going to come back to you. What's that?
There's a little bit on the door edge.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from that, it just wants to... But
You know what's...
it's cheapy for someone, isn't it?
You know what's happened there, don't you? That's been opened on someone's brand new Merc, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
what we're going to do, see if it turns over.
By hand, I think. Get it up and... that is the first thing we will always do with a car that's come as a non-runner. We're going to get a spanner on there and just turn it over slowly by hand, because if you're going to stick a battery on it or a jump pack and spin it over, if there is damage, you're only going to create a lot more damage. You already know the size, Chris. I'll stay rolling, shall I? Oh, it's quite oily, isn't it? Still got the cat on it though, which is handy. I keep hearing this more and more about these catalytic converters going missing. That's never right, Chris. I've never ever seen that before. Can I go up a bit more?
Yeah.
Wait till you see what they've done to the lower arms. Honestly, I've never seen that. Yeah, but look at the size of the bolts.
Yeah, I think the bolts are a bit long, don't you? Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Right, let's get...
Changing for shorter bolts or cutting down.
They do, don't they? Right, I'll let you get on it, mate. Let's have a look. Is it going to be a bit tight? Shall I cut until you're on it?
We might need that bit of splash out, mightn't we? Oh, we're on it. Oh, well. Engine turns. It's not seized up. Next thing's check the camshaft in, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's fine.
I noticed the cover's off.
Did you see it turn?
I can hear it. I've noticed that the cam belt cover's off at the top. They've obviously checked to see if it's snapped. Bit tight in there, isn't it? Should we have the wheel off, take the guard out, or...?
I think we have to. Now, you catching that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that moving.
Right.
Let's get the wheel off, get the arch out, and then we can give it a couple of full turns, can't we?
Seized up.
No. I can't believe they're hubcaps. I really can't. So wheel arch liner now out, and clearly you can see the bottom pulley there. Chris has got a short ratchet because I've just done it with a long one, and hopefully we can see Chris working the ratchet down there, and obviously the cam belt's here, cam's here, go.
anything.
I've just got to show you're turning that. So Chris is turning the crank. Better with a long one. Yeah, someone's had the top cover off, but the bottom cover's not on.
Still got plenty of compression, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing turning around up here, though. That's exactly the same as my van.
Yeah.
Water pump seized
Yeah,
up.
we're in the partner van as well. I think we've done a partner.
I'll tell you what we could
Done
do.
the same thing.
I'll tell you what we could do here, Chris. Obviously, there's an issue. Shall we cut that belt, pull it out and see where we want to see a load of teeth missing, or do we delve in, strip the engine mount out, take the cover off and remove the belt?
Well, two ways of looking at it, isn't it? The likelihood is we need a new camshaft because they spin the lobes.
Yeah,
And we might need some rockers and followers.
yeah.
We ain't got any of them.
No.
So even if we strip it now, we can't get on with it straight away.
No.
So I think we'd probably be what you just said, cut the belt, threadle it out.
And have a look at it.
Yeah, we kind of know it's going to be that already, don't we?
Well,
It's either that, isn't it? Or we quickly take this engine mount off and get the belt cover off and then put the engine mount back on temporarily so we can throw the car back outside till we've got the parts for it, and then it's a day's work, bring it in, strip it, build it back up.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's not set in stone that it doesn't bend the valves, but 9 times out of 10,
They pop them lobes
they
round.
pop them lobes round and you're fine. The engine mount, I mean, I've done 3 or 4 of these now, you've done a few. I've done the last one actually, didn't I?
I don't know, I think I done the partner. It was the last
You did,
one.
I've done my van
Yeah,
before
yeah, I
it.
think so.
So there's only 4 bolts on here, but
Yeah.
like you said, you only have to chuck 2 back in it to hold it together.
Yeah,
and,
just so we can move it back out of the workshop, roll
then-
it back out.
and anyone will ask, how do you remember where the nuts and bolts, I mean, that's quite a common question. How do you know where they go? Well, in this one in particular, we've done so many,
Yes.
you kind of, you just know, yeah, you're right. Do you know what? Let's take the engine mount. We need to lower it down because we've got to get a jack under it.
We get the belt cover off, all because I've took that top bit off, haven't I?
Yeah, they have.
So, and we'll go from there.
Hopefully that bottom pulley comes off because I think there's 1/8mm behind it.
I've broken that bit off, haven't I?
Have they?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Let's get in there and strip it and have a
I
look
think we've
how
got a
bad
spare
it
one
is.
of those on that other Berlingo engine we've got in the container.
We've got quite a few bits, haven't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Yeah, let's strip it then, mate. You reckon that's the problem?
Well, I'll tell you what I did. I know you're going to show anyway, but
Go on, mate.
I just saw there's a couple of teeth there.
Guys,
There we
do
go.
you want to point out that bit for me, Chris? I'll zoom in.
Yeah.
1 second. Right, guys, so ultimately, yeah, everybody knows a cam belt should look like this. These are the teeth on the belt. And if you look where Chris is pointing,
It's as bald as my head.
that is as bald as Chris's head there. So it is not necessarily, I don't think it will be the water pump on this particular car. I think it could be.
But
But-
it could be.
You can see,
It could be that the camshaft seized up
look how bad the belt
because
is.
that's shredded on the crank, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anything seizing up could cause the crank to shred the belt, or it's just that's where its final resting point has come. But
When I pulled the cover off there, quite a few teeth fell out on the floor, but yeah, it's definitely been a cam belt too long.
yeah.
And next step, because we want to know what we need for this car, because ultimately this could be 2 videos today and 1 more.
Or should we cut the belt?
I think
Just cut the belt.
cut the belt off.
And then we'll see. We just put a spanner on here, just see if that turns slightly.
I'll have the rocker cover off as well.
Oh, you can, but we can try the water pump. Can't
See
we?
what one
Yeah,
seized up.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Do you know
I mean,
what?
we've never had a fuel pump seize, have we?
Grab that knife right behind you. Grab
We've
it
never
while
had
we're...
a fuel pump seize, have we? But
No.
I suppose anything seizing that's got teeth on it.
We'd save me cutting and cutting back in. I'll just get you to cut it now and then we can test it. These are so easy to pin up as well, guys. These, it's crank and cam, and we just use a couple of drill bits, Chris, don't we?
Yeah.
That's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is. Let's have a proper look now. Do you want to hold your end?
There we go.
So there's a couple missing off my end, but
There it is.
that is the worst bit of it. If you show me sideways on, yeah. Do you know what? Just for that to be there like that, that's, look, they are all coming off, those teeth, look.
Been about too long.
So that probably was lack of maintenance rather than, but we're about to try. Sorry, of course it is water pump. Water pump's running freely. And we need to get a spanner on that, but
that's all right.
Yeah, that's moving as
So
well.
like you say, it is just
lack
a belt failure.
of maintenance.
Yeah.
But we're still probably going to have
Yeah.
broken rockers and bits. So I'll whip that off quickly now and we'll have a look. Always, never just put a belt on these and assume you're going to get away with it. The chances of that is like 1 in a million. But this is probably a lot worse than my van and the previous van, because I'm not even sure we're going to be able to see it, Chris.
That one.
Let me just zoom in.
We're on touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that. That's the top of the hydraulic follower there, which will hydraulic tap it. And it hasn't got. Can't even see it, can you?
Yeah.
Where's it gone?
Can you just point this one out that's here?
What, that one?
No,
yeah.
the one, no.
Yeah, that one's missing.
No, the other side, sorry, there. You can
that
see it's on there.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see this one here is actually missing, and Chris has counted through.
There it is, it's in the bottom. It's obviously snapped it in half. You see it?
Do you know what, Chris?
You probably can't. Shall we take the top half of the
I think we're going to
cam
have to.
box off?
There's actually 4 missing.
4 have moved, haven't they?
Four are
dropped
actually
out.
Dropped out, so.
And they'll have a fracture for them, all be broken in half, won't
Yeah,
they?
and that cam will be toast.
Yeah.
Because these lobes, hollow press tube, these lobes move, unless there is always a chance. Yeah, there is always a chance. Like my van now has a solid one in it. If someone's previously put a solid one in here, we could have bent valves.
If it's done it before.
Yeah.
That's right.
So my one of these is not a hollow press tube. It's actually a solid camshaft replacement. And if the same thing happens again and it fails, it will destroy quite like your engine. But yeah, I think it's vacuum pump out, Chris. This end up camshaft out at top carrier.
Yeah, that's it. Quite simple, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got quite a bit today, but if you want to crack on, it is 8 mils. We can do it,
Shall we
can't
just whip that off and then...
We get a list of how many rockers we need.
What we need, yeah.
But because 4 of them are missing, we're probably going to order a whole set for this, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, let's get that off. Let's have a look. We all know then, don't we, before the video ends. Covers off and Chris is fishing.
Oh, yeah. So dirty, right?
Yeah, that's got the side missing out of that one.
Right, do you want to hold her there and shine the light for us? And all oh, there's another bit.
God, that must have rattled. Look at that, Chris.
Yeah.
We got to put all these together and make sure we've got...
And weld them back together.
And weld them back.
No.
Make sure we got all 4 bits. What do you need, mate?
I'll just the light.
I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. I'll let Chris...
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We're changing them all.
Yeah, we are. I'll let Chris clean all of that out and then we'll have a cutting on the bench, I think. Well, that is actually a little bit worse than I was first expecting. I'm not going to lie. Guys, excuse the hands as well. I did have a pair of gloves on, but I got little 8 mils on the cam belt cover on these cars. And they're so hard to get undone with a pair of gloves on. Look at that one there. That's just... All right, use this bit of cardboard there, Chris.
Yeah.
Put them on there. So that's what it should look like. Well, even that one's got a lot of little roller bearings on it. That one there, that's actually okay. I say it's okay. I can actually see a little bit of a dent in the top of that one. And there should be 8 of these. Right, we've only got 7.5, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, look. 7.
Yeah. There's a roller.
Yeah, let's just lie that down flat. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 3/4 and a half. But you have just been in there with some brake cleaner.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got huge oil soak away galleries in there. So down here.
Yeah.
So obviously the oil comes up through the top here, and then when it runs away, it all goes back down there.
Down through there. Drains.
See it all drain away. So the rest of those little bits are going to be in the sump, aren't they?
Oh, there's a bit. No, there's a bit behind there. Look,
Oh yeah,
there's a bit. You'll have that magnet on that.
that's
bit,
it.
that
That's
bit.
the other half, I think, of that.
Yeah, I think it's it won't be jammed in there because there's nothing to jam it. Once they fall out, they're clear of the.
Yeah.
Clear of the
Where's
counter.
that magnet? I'll
We
grab
need-
it for you.
We need the magnet in there.
So, I mean, we can get that out in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not on my. That doesn't look too good, does it? The collets have moved on that valve. Look,
So it has.
so we ain't got so lucky with this one. We ain't got so lucky. Watch that in case that did. But yeah. Sometimes you can just put brass drift on there and give it a tap,
Yeah.
and they relocate. But
We'll have to have a play, mate, won't we?
if you see that, see around the top of that, and then compare it to one of those where the
Yeah.
collet sits square.
Yeah.
That one, this retaining washer that's holding that fits on the top of the valve spring has moved.
Yeah, you're right, it has.
So it's the only one that it has moved. So we are going to have to do something with that.
Definitely. So, like I did say when we just cut in a minute ago, this is actually worse, the worst one we've done. With my van, I think because it seized up and it just wouldn't start again, the water pump seized, it was okay.
Low RPM, it's been spun at.
And the one that you done failed on start up of the engine.
This was doing 3,000 revs when it went. It's,
Oh, there, that's the other half.
I don't know if you got that.
Yeah. He's going to find a few more little bits and pieces in there, no doubt, as well. You got another bit. So there's the other half of that one there, guys, which makes that complete. Yeah, I can see you've got... Well done, mate. So there's the roller out of that. So you are missing, believe it or not, one more roller, Chris,
Yeah.
and 2 corners, I would say. So one...
Is it missing a roller inner or... Oh, there it is.
You got it?
Yeah, there it is. There's a smaller magnet.
Right.
It's down there. It's down there.
Let's have a look.
I don't know if you'll see
No, I
it.
just want to see if I can get the camera in there. I can see it, yeah, but
Down
yeah.
behind it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is all there, isn't it? And what's not there would have rolled into the sump,
It'd be
so
those needles, won't it, that have gone all the way down.
because they're small.
Yeah, so we need to take the sump off. But
Clean
looking
all
at
that out.
It's not a very regular oil change, so there's something to do with a nice wash out, and the oil pickup can be cleaned at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
I think that was a good day's work, that though.
yeah,
And
they're not over complex.
no, not at all. But
That's a little concern though, because if we can't get that sitting right, we're going to have to pop the head off,
to put a valve in it,
or to compress the valve spring to reseat the collets.
yeah.
You could buy a tool on the old Vauxhalls, couldn't you, that you could do them in situ. But not these.
Right, I think, mate, that is enough for this one. We just need to get all the bits together.
Order a camshaft kit complete for this one.
Camshaft, water pump, cam belt.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean is camshaft, followers and rockers.
Yeah, everything. Complete kit for this one.
We'll pick back up on that.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, we're not going to go on any longer. That is going to be the end of today's video. As usual, we both do hope that you did enjoy it. Sorry again about the microphone. I will just quickly show you guys. It is... I don't know where I'll put them now. Oh, they're here. It is literally that little lead I bought. I bought it from a phone shop, and it is just like a... I think it was about £4, and I think that's given us too much interference. So I'm going to find one on Amazon in a minute and get that ordered, and hopefully we can get on them microphones. So yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and we'll look forward to seeing you all very, very soon in the next one.